Hi, students. So, I've been thinking about how to give you an assignment that would be both meaningful and enjoyable, and I think I've come up with something that you will like. Um, so we're home from school for a prolonged period of time, and obviously there is a lot of changes to the economy and to the communities right now, and um, some of those, as an adult, are pretty scary. I'm not going to lie. I have a young person of my own, and I want what's best for him. And keeping myself and my husband healthy is paramount. You are um, in a slightly different boat. You don't have young children of your own, but you have to look at how this is going to affect your life as a whole, and I'm sure you're thinking about a lot of the changes that have happened to you. So, what I want you to start to think about is how you could sort of document the way life is different now from the way life was before with photographs. And there were a couple other examples of really great photographers. And the person we're going to look at for this is Dorothea Lange. And she took photographs in the 1930s of the Dust Bowl in California, people that were affected by severe drought. And if you know a little bit about history, the 1930s in California and in the United States was also the Great Depression. So it was difficult for um, the entire country. So here's some things that I want you to. I wrote these words down so you could see what I was saying. Dorothea Lange is her name. Photo documentary is a different type of photograph. It's meant to be real, authentic, kind of capture a mood, a place, and a time. Dust Bowl was in California. 1930s, Great Depression, and composition at the bottom is the way an image is laid out either on the page or in your case in the photograph. There's going to be ways of framing a photograph that make it a little bit more engaging, a little bit more successful. I don't want you to worry about all of this right now, but what I'm going to have you do is start to photograph things that you see that are a little bit different than what you used to see, at least, well, hopefully every day if you can, but at least a couple times a week. I don't want to give you too many examples because I want you to do it on your own. But things that I have noticed include bare shelves at the supermarket, lines getting into the supermarket. There was a long line outside Trader Joe's the other day. I don't go there, but I could see it from my car as I drove past. Um, Businesses that are closed, empty parking lots, people who ordinarily would be at work who are not. You can go about this a whole bunch of different ways. I do want to caution you before you go taking photographs of individual people that you are only allowed to photograph people if it's a public place and you're not really honing in on that one person. So you can photograph publicly, but you can't really take a portrait shot of someone in public. You can photograph public spaces from public areas. You can photograph private residences, but only from public areas. So if you're photographing the construction work done on someone's home, for example, it's a private residence, but if you're standing on a sidewalk, it's a public space. So there's basically, you want to think about, was there ever any idea that this would be private? And since it's viewable from public, no. And once it's viewable from public, you are allowed to photograph it, but I do want you to proceed with, some respect. You don't have to submit these documents, these photographs to me now. I just want you to start to compile them, and then you will receive more information from me going forward. I'm also going to include some links to Dorothea Lange information on the blog, and a couple other really cool photographs. There's one that I want you to look at. I already have the video on the blog of, oh my gosh, I forget what it's called, lunch atop a skyscraper. something like that. And you'll recognize it when you see it. It's a fantastic photograph. It's iconic. And it definitely also grabs a picture of like a time and place and an appreciation for workers who maybe otherwise were unnoticed or unappreciated. And I think we're experiencing that in this country as well, where we realize how important it is to work the cash register at a store, and how you're putting your life on the line when you have to go into those jobs during a pandemic. So this is food for thought for right now. I'll keep you posted with ideas and inspiration, and then I'll go over with you how to submit your photographs at a later date. I'm thinking of you. I hope you're well. Stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.